Hey guys, what's up? How y'all doing? Hope everybody's doing okay. I'm back, bitches. What's up? I want to tell y'all a story today. But before I get to my story, I have a couple things I want to say. And the first one is, bitch, did y'all see how Soldier Boy attempted to snatch me up out of that bed on marriage boot camp? Honey, I don't even know what to say about that, but that was wild. And I figure he had to be super pissed off to do that in a house full of cameras. But anyway, the second thing I wanted to say was this. Did y'all niggas see how R. Kelly cut up with Gail? And you know what? I shouldn't laugh. I really shouldn't, because it's not funny. It's not a laughing matter. But that performance, and I only seen the snippet of it. I haven't even watched the full interview yet. I saw a little snippet of it, and the performance that fool put on, from the crying to the snotting to the hollering to the jumping up, all this bullshit he was doing, way too much. And it was funny because his behavior reminded me of a Gemini. Like, I've known multiple Geminis in my life, and this ain't no shade against nobody. If you're a Gemini, that don't mean I don't still love you or don't still like you. And it might not even mean you specifically. I'm just saying, I've had experiences. And in my experiences, honey, they are the actors of the zodiac. Like, first of all, that whole, that's 4 people in one body. Well, they say it's 2 people in one body, but I feel like it's 4 people, because for every person, there's a masculine and a feminine. So that's 4 altogether, as far as I'm personally concerned. That's Nene astrology, okay? That's Riz astrology. Anyway, with that said, he was acting. And I just hate to say that I can honestly tell you stories of times when I've seen Geminis. I don't think Aura's a Gemini. I don't care if Aura's a Gemini. Just my observation. But Gemini men, especially when they lying, will go through that whole motherfucking process of look at me with the pitiful face, to getting the strong, stern voice like he laying down the law, to the nigga get hype and start hollering and shit, to now he want to cry because you don't believe him. Like, I have literally seen every fucking stage more than once from multiple Gemini men in my lifetime. That's all I got to say. And if you don't like it, I'm sorry. Better yet, I ain't sorry, fuck you. Okay? Because my experience is my experience. But anyway, all bullshit aside. So, I was talking a couple days ago to my daughter, which we do often. My daughter is about to turn 24. She'll be 24 March 13th. Whoop, whoop. And we talk a lot about stuff. Just anything. I mean, you name it. You name it. We talk about everything from freaking Cardi B and Offset to what's wrong with her car. You know what I'm saying? So with that said, we were talking about the days when I used to go to the Tech N9ne concerts on a regular basis. I did at least try to go a couple, 2-3 times a year, if possible. Sometimes less, sometimes more, just depending on what my money was looking like. A lot of the times that I went, I took my mom with me because my mom was a Tech N9ne fan. And so with that said, it was kind of like the little mother-daughter partying that we did together was going to Tech N9ne concerts. And had a blast every single time. Anyway, so I got to talking to my daughter about this time in particular that I did not go with my mom, and I took 2 of my girlfriends with me. And, sidebar, these my Caucasian white girlfriends, okay? So I took two of my white girls with me to a Tech N9ne concert. The concert was up in Lawrence. And if y'all see this, I ain't gonna name y'all. Y'all know who y'all are. But if y'all see this, go ahead and tag me or leave a comment, leave a like or something. You know what I'm saying? Let folks know it's real. That even though this might be an entertaining story, it is like real life. Okay, I hope it's gonna be entertaining anyway. It certainly was when I told it to my daughter. So anyway, I'm gonna invite my best homegirls to go with me to this Tech N9ne concert in Lawrence. Now I live in Kansas City, Missouri. The concert's in Lawrence, Kansas. Lawrence, Kansas is, depending on traffic and whether you're speeding or not, 30 to 45 minutes away from Kansas City, Missouri. So it's not that long of a trip, but it's a nice little ride, get out of town a little bit. Lawrence is a college town. So, it's tiny, it's a lot of kids, blah, 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 whatever. Fun town to go and party in. So anyway, I asked my girls, do they want to go? Of course, my one homegirl was down because she was familiar with his music, whereas my other homegirl was a little bit older and was not at all familiar with Tech. That's a whole nother story because she done went and Googled him. You can't go Google Tech and you just go and enjoy the experience. I'm not going to take you nowhere where I don't feel comfortable being. Just remember that. So reluctantly, she goes along with it. And maybe she'll come in and tell y'all what her experience was. But anyway, so I went, and the really sad part about this story is that I didn't get pictures this day. I had on the cutest freaking outfit. We ain't gonna even get into it because I don't have pictures, so whatever. But I had the cutest little outfit on. And because of all the drama leading up to, before, and after the freaking concert, I was unable to get pictures. So with that said, fast forward, it's the day of the concert. I have the tickets. I'm in the process of getting dressed, which, is a little bit of a process for me. It takes time, especially if I'm going to comb my hair. It takes time to flat iron and curl and grease and all the shit that you got to do to be able to have good hair. You know what I'm saying? When you're using your natural shit. So anyway, it was a process. Long story short, at the time I was dating a guy, Gemini, okay? And I'm sure y'all know by now, or for those of you that don't, I'm a Sagittarius. If you know anything about Sagittarius, I don't need to say anything else. If you don't know about Sagittarius, let's say just blunt, honest, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? That's the foundation of a Sagittarius. Blunt, blatantly honest, sometimes to the point of tactless. Although we don't mean any harm. We're not trying to hurt your feelings, even though your feelings might get hurt. But, we gave you our honest opinion. And usually, or we at least learn as Sagittarius as we get older to not give our opinion unless we're asked for it. Because people don't really want to know the truth. Now, that's what the fuck it is. But anyway, I was dating this guy at the time. He was a Gemini. I ain't gonna say his name because the nigga like Voldemort. You know what I'm saying? It's he who must not be named. I've had multiple incidents of him popping up places. And I don't want to call the devil is what I'm trying to say. With that said, sidebar, this guy stalked me for probably 2 to 3 years after I broke up with him. And I want y'all to understand, when I say stalked, I don't mean, oh, he called me a few times or he popped up at my job. I'm talking about popping up at the house, trying to kick the door in, getting jobs at places that he knew I frequented in order to have confrontations with me. Like, I mean, the shit was real. Shit was real. Even my own kids experienced some of it. You know what I'm saying? It got real. It got real. So anyway, with all that said, he knows I'm going to the concert. For whatever the reason, he ain't home all day. I'm getting dressed. I'm taking my time in the process of me doing it because I like to leave early. Because one thing about a Tech N9ne concert is 9 times out of 10, especially here in Kansas City and surrounding areas, it's going to be sold out. It's going to be sold out. It's going to be a lot of motherfuckers. So you want to get there early. That was, what I had learned after many years of going, just me and my mom or whatever the case may be. So I'm giving myself plenty of time. Again, hair is a process. It takes a while, blah, blah, blah. My homegirls come over. They're kind of ready to go. They're waiting around for me to get ready. And I'm very structured. Like, I got a specific time I want to leave. I've got a specific time I want to be there. This is what we going to do when we get there type of person. Because, in my mind, I know the ropes. Okay, I know the ropes. I know how this go. This ain't my first time. This is both of their first time. So we're going to keep this nice and orderly. So anyway, sure enough, wouldn't you know it, this fool pops up. He had a key. Ladies, don't be so quick. And it wasn't quick, but that's beside the point. But don't be so quick to give up no key to your house, apartment, bungalow, bitch, to no man. I'm just saying. That's just a little between me and you girls. And I'm sure it's a lot of y'all that have probably learned the hard way, the way I had to learn. But don't be so quick to give any motherfucker a key to your house. Anyway, he come kicking up in there. I'm trying to get ready. Excuse me, I'm thirsty. Just a second. He comes in. He's angry. Of course, because he's a fucking hater. Anyway. Sees me getting ready. Of course, have an issue with my outfit, as any no good motherfucker's gonna do. Sorry. Maybe I'm jaded, but it's the truth. Anyway, wants to show his ass in front of my friends. You know what I'm saying? Wants to turn up and act a fool in front of my homegirls, which I ain't trying to do. First of all, I told you these white girls. So they probably gonna jump your ass, first of all. Let's just get that out there, because, of course, my white girl's gonna be hood like me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't rolling with no Mary Poppins bitches. These bitches will fight if they have to. But anyway, so he wants to start some shit. He wants to kick up some shit. I'm a Sagittarius. I can only be pushed so far before I come out swinging. Like, we have a mean streak and possibly even a violent streak, just depending on the situation. So I don't want to get into no bunch of shit with this dude. One, with my girls there, and two, because I know that he's just hating because he knows I'm going to go leave and had a motherfucking time of my life without him. Needless to say, the way he's acting is the reason why he was never invited to go. Like, motherfucker, you can't go nowhere in the public with me because you can't even act right in the fucking house. And that's what it was for me. Like, I knew when he started cutting up that this wasn't going to last. It was just one of those, it was going to take time to get rid of him. I'll tell you, it's the hardest thing in the world to get rid of a motherfucker that don't want to leave. And that's real talk. And he was that nigga. So anyway, so he does this whole, he's going to try to force me into some sort of an altercation. And, he's messing up my hair and just all this stupid, ridiculous, dumb performance that this motherfucker was going through to try to stop me, or I don't know. I don't know what his end goal was, to stop me, to make me late, to fuck up my hair or whatever. I don't know. But the bottom line is, as ladies, we learn when to feed into that and when to not feed into that. Like, you know who you're dealing with, and you know that this is a moment that you might not want to press bro, because you might end up having to fight him in front of your friends while you trying to get out of town to a concert. So, you got to pick your battles. So, anyway, with that said, he's trying to start shit. I'm trying to ignore it. My homegirls is just looking like, do we say something? Do we not say nothing? I gave them I'm cool. I got this under control. Don't worry about it. And if all else fails, if you see me fight, then you fight. You know how us girls, we can do all that with our eyes and shit. You know what I'm saying? They knew full well what the fuck I was saying to them. Anyway, long story short, we get up out the house. I'm escorting his motherfucking ass out, so to speak. Like, okay, nigga, I'm getting ready to leave. We getting ready to leave. It's time for you to leave. I'll be back 11 or 12 or whatever the fuck. And, goodbye. So I hop in the low with the girls. We hit the highway. We talking. We listening to tech music. We having a good time all the way to motherfucking Lawrence. Like I said, about 45-minute drive. Get to Lawrence, and mind you, I already told you, like, I'm the type that like to leave early because I want to be there early. I don't want to stand in no long-ass lines. The boots that I had on that day was not long line boots, okay? Them was bitch get somewhere and sit your ass down boots. That's what those were. Ladies, we know the difference, okay? Anyway, real talk. So, we get to Lawrence. It's 2 people in line. Like, we so early, it ain't nobody there yet. We so early, don't even get out the car yet, because Tech N9ne ain't even here early, okay? Ain't nothing in this bitch but security and the booth attendant and these 2 motherfuckers in the line, and now us, okay? Like, that kind of early, like daylight early, okay? So, we smoke a little bit, you know what I'm saying? In the parking lot, we chilling, we waiting. We got the first parking spot in the parking lot. Again, these are not walking boots. These are sitting boots. These are walk in, sit down, walk out, take off. You can't even drive home in these bitches. You got to take them off because you done stood up for 3 hours, okay? Them kind of boots. Get out the car. Ready to go get in line. Now, mind you, I told you I had on this cute ass outfit, so I'm ready to be seen, trying to be seen. I'm cute. Let's just say fishnet stockings were involved. I'm sorry, red fishnet stockings were involved. And leave it at that, okay? As I'm walking down, it's about a block walk from the parking lot where we parked to the front door of the little theater, which I can't even remember the name of it right now off the top of my head. But y'all, if y'all from here and y'all know Tech, y'all know the spot up in Lawrence. Anyway, I'm walking, I'm sashaying my cute ass down the side, walking these boots and this mini skirt, thinking I'm cute. And right as I hit the line, I realized I forgot the tickets. Little Miss Perfect planning, having your shit together, everything in its time, distracted, almost roughed up for being too cute, clearly, ass, okay? Ran off and left the tickets. Y'all had to turn around and tell my homegirls, y'all know what? I just realized I left the tickets. They were amused. I was not amused. Let's just say that. And anybody who knows me, because the only people who really listen to this is y'all 7, okay? Just jokes. But I'm just saying, anybody who knows me knows that was not the jam, and sis was not happy. And all I could think about was, this motherfucker, he succeeded. He did every fucking thing he could to distract me, to try to throw me off guard, to try to get me to argue and fuss and fight with him and shit in front of my homegirls. That's the worst part about the situation. Like, nigga, if you wanted to bang it out, like, we could have did that before company got here. You should have got here before them. And you would at least had a potential to bang. But I ain't trying to be doing all that in front of my homegirls. Plus, you was probably going to get jumped. Plus, it could have really got real because now other people are involved in the situation. It ain't just me up in here whooping your ass. Okay, let's get that said. Every time you want to try me. But anyway, I wasn't about it. I wasn't trying to do all that. Y'all, I got to drive all the way back to Kansas City, Missouri from Lawrence, Kansas to go back home to get these tickets. And at this point, I'm not sure if we're going to make it back on time. I'm livid. Livid. Okay? On top of all of that, because of all the bullshit and the drama that old boy was putting me through in the house trying to get ready to go, I did not have enough time to stop and get gas. So I figure, oh, well, I could stop and get gas in Lawrence. You know, I got enough to get there and some change if necessary. But I got enough to get there. We could swing by somewhere and get some on our way back to the city. You know, just hope don't shit happen on the highway. So I had to stop. Sorry, somebody's messaging me. So I had to stop. Oh, damn. And get gas in between Lawrence and Kansas City. So we got off on, like, I don't know, 112th or 114th or some shit like that. I'm not even familiar with that area. I'm from Kansas City, Missouri, okay? I've lived in Kansas, but even still, I'm not familiar with that area. And we stopped at the Quick Trip because now sis got to get gas. Excuse me, y'all. Which just makes us later, basically. First of all, let it be said that clearly they had never seen nothing the likes of me around there out in 114th and some bullshit off the highway in motherfucking Kansas. Let's just let that be said. Okay? I don't think I need to say no more. Anybody from Kansas and Missouri know what I'm saying. They had never seen nothing like me around there before, which was weird. I'm from Westport. Again, if you're not from Kansas City, you don't get it. But if you are from Kansas City, you know that Westport is extremely diverse, or at least on the outskirts. You know what I'm saying? Not right there in the middle where the businesses and shit is, but around the outskirts where, you know, the apartments and the houses and apartment houses and you name it, all that shit around there is extremely diverse. So with that said, I'm not really used to getting, you know, dropped mouths when I'm just walking around Westport every day, whether I got on a mini skirt or not. I'm just saying, okay? Anyway, jump back on the highway, drive another, I don't know, 20, 25 minutes, get back to Kansas City. Okay, now at this point in the game, it's at least an hour and a half after I left the house the first time. I hit the block, and when I say I hit the block, I really mean the block before my block, because my block would have been like a block and a half away from where I hit the turn at to get to my house. I hit the motherfucking block, y'all. I'm halfway down block 1. Now, mind you, I got to go a block and a half down to get to my house. I get halfway down block 1 and I realize that this motherfucker's walking towards me. So, of course, I'm wondering, okay, what the fuck is he still doing over here? Like, I told him to leave an hour and a half ago. This is where shit gets good, okay? So, anyway, as he's walking up, now I done slowed down a little bit because needless to say, I was hauling ass to get these tickets, to get back to this concert. Like, I'm embarrassed. I feel stupid. I feel bad. I feel like I done made my friends have a bad time. And they ain't even tripping. Like, they in the back seat talking about we're going to get there just in time, and everything's going to be great, and don't you even worry, and, we're just going to have the time of our lives, because mind you, I told you we smoked, okay, when we got to the parking lot. So, anyway, I'm like, no, that's not how this works. That is not how any of this works. We are going to be late. We are going to have to stand in a long-ass line. We're going to have to park 3 blocks away. And I did not wear my walking shoes. But we still going. After all of this, we going. Whatever the circumstances are. Y'all, as I'm slowing down, realizing this is him, and he is walking up the block. I want y'all to picture this shit if you can, okay? I'm coming down in the car. He's walking up. As he's walking